Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hexagon Challenge here on Shaun Does FM. I hope you are doing well today. Our last Champions League group game, if we win, we are definitely going through to the knockouts. If we draw, we potentially still could be, but a loss, and we definitely aren't. So we at the very least have to get a draw out of this game. Ideally a win if you're looking forward to it against Sanfrecce Hiroshima of Japan, who beat us earlier in this group stage. And remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and also if you haven't done so already and enjoy what you see here on the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. But yesterday we kept our hopes of topping this group alive and went outright top when we played Jeju United. If you missed that episode, I'll leave a link in the top right corner, but a good 3-0 win against them, so we've beaten them both times in the group stage. And off the back of that, we had a few games, and as we suspected, in the end it was 2 FA Super Cup games because we made our way through to the 5th round of that competition. But before that, off the back of yesterday's game, we had a clash in the Chinese Super League against the table-topping Hebei China Fortune. 1-1 away from home on screen, as you see it now. Without looking at the stats, looks like a really good result, but I seriously don't know how we didn't win this game. It was an absolute bottle job from us here. It was pretty even stuff for the first quarter of an hour in this game. In the 13th minute, our goalkeeper came out for a long ball from the goalkeeper. Mr. Zhang Zhangwei was able to just tuck that away with no one in the net, and they were 1-0 up. But soon after that, we did equalise, and this was the final score. Willock with a ball over the top for Svanberg, who was playing as a right winger in this game, and buried that towards the near post on the right-hand side of goal. And that made it 1-1, and that's what the final score was. But a few more things happened in this game that we need to show you guys. First off, in the 61st minute, we were driving forward. Willock was making his way into the box. It was a penalty given, and it ended up, after a VAR check, being a red card for a second yellow for one of the Hebei Fortune players. So we had a man advantage for the final half hour of this game, but also a penalty. However, Oceania yet again misses the target, hitting the post this time, of course. Missed the penalty in yesterday's episode as well, so we really should have won that game. Stat-wise, we should have won that game. Everything points to us winning that game. Pretty even first half on the whole. We really kicked on that second half, but couldn't get one in the back of the net. And the goal that we conceded, of course, we did gift them. So a really frustrating draw there, but I suppose we'll take it. But yet again, drop points in the league, so that's becoming a bit of a regular theme, albeit, as I said in yesterday's episode, a bit at least we're turning those red dots from earlier on in the season into yellow ones now, and that could be another case of that. It could be important come the end of the season, but it does feel very much like drop points there against Hebei. But off the back of that, we had a few chances to put out our rotation team when entering the Chinese FA Super Cup. We started off against Mijiao, a second division team here in China, and we beat these guys 3-1 away from home with a fairly heavily rotated team. It took us until the 34th minute to open the scoring here. A throw-in down the right end of the pitch. Lun Hao with a ball in, and our young left winger Tian Kui gets his head onto it to make it 1-0. Then in the 88th minute, we had a corner. He gets his head to it again, and Wang Chen's there to pick up the pieces. It was, in fact, Mijiao who got one back in the 89th minute, although the game's just skipped it there, so we can't show you guys that for some reason. But we got another to make sure that we went through. Here's your thing with a shot, and Hong Jingying on the end of that to make it 3-1. And the end, we'll quickly show you guys this goal from Mijiao if it works, and indeed it will. A long ball over to the right wing for them. They put one in the mixer, it's headed on into the centre of goal, and he's just able to do a tap in there. Is Teng Feng. So that's that goal that they got back to make it 2-1. But that late one to Hong Jing getting us that cushion goal, and we go through to the 5th round with a 3-1 win over the second division outfit. And off the back of that, a couple of days before this game, we played another second division team, albeit the team at the top of that division, so they could potentially be in this Super League next season, the Nantong Zion, and we were able to pick up a good 4-0 win with another quite heavily rotated team in this game, albeit with Wang Yun up front, as he cannot feature today, being suspended for this last Champions League game. And he did open the scoring for us in the 7th minute. Fan Yanan down the left-hand side was able to whip one in, and he gets his head to it into the top right corner. A good start for us to make it 1-0, but from there on out, it was Tian Kui, a corner which he gets his head to. Similar finish to Wang Yun with a good amount of angle on it to get it past the goalkeeper. And then in the 26th minute, he got his double, just cutting inside the defender and firing one just past the goalkeeper at the near post to put us 3-0 ahead after 26 minutes and at halftime. And he completed his hat trick just after the hour mark with another header just inside that post. So he is looking quite good for us. Our backup left winger might have to give him a bit more game time, but on the whole, a really good performance from us, given that we were using quite a rotated team with players who, for the most part, aren't going to be featuring today. So a nice win for us there. And on the whole, our recent form has been pretty good for the most part. A couple of frustrating draws in there, but at least we're not losing games, and that's much better than what we were doing back in February and March. So we've made our way through to the quarterfinals of the FA Super Cup, a wee gap until we play the Guangzhou Mighty Lions, who are actually fairly well up there in the Super League, so that could be an interesting game. But the focus today is on the Champions League. As you can see by this, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, they need to beat us and hope that the Central Coast Mariners lose to Jeju to go through. If we win, we are guaranteed through with that 2-point gap at the top of the table. A draw might be enough. I think we'd have the tiebreaker on Central Coast through goal difference. But either way, we have to pick up points today. Hopefully we can do that with a win and get through nice and safely to the next stage of this Champions League. Now, with that suspension to Wang Yun, we have shuffled our team around a fair bit because of it. Our backup striker is Hu Jiawei, but he hasn't looked that great when we've used him so far this season. Average rating of 6.45. So we've ended up actually chucking Oceania up there because if you look at him as an advanced forward, he's actually quite good. He's probably the best one at the club now that I've seen that. So we'll see how he goes there today. Maybe that's something we can look at doing in future as well. But we're going to chuck him up there. Joe Willock has gone into the advanced playmaker with Wei He slotting into the spot Oceania went into. And we've bought Shen Hongjing in as a right winger. He is actually our vice captain at the club, so we'll be taking that captain's armband today. But quite a few changes in the front half of the field. The defence looks the same with Li Junji coming back. He is just fit enough to be lasting this game. And with the way that our other backup goalkeeper, Shin Shangji, went, giving that goal away against Heibi China Fortune, I think the sooner that Junji gets back in goal, the better for us. So a few changes to our team compared to what we'd normally do, mostly because of that suspension to Wang Jun, but hopefully this team can still get the job done for us and get us through to the next round of this Asian Champions League. We'll come back shortly and run you guys through what we know of the Sanfrecce Hiroshima team at the Workers' Stadium, where hopefully, as I said, we'll make our way through to the next round of this Asian Champions League. So here is the team sheet graphic that we've got. There's that team of ours, as you can see, in the formation order again, a wee bit changed up, as we said, thanks to the suspension. And there is the Sanfrecce Hiroshima team, a 4-2-3-1, a fairly narrow one, but they did beat us earlier in this group stage. I think, as I said, that was the first time we've lost to a team who doesn't have a manager, being in a non-playable league. But yeah, hopefully we can get some revenge. We've told the boys that in the team talk, and we can make our way through to the next stage of this Champions League, as it is Hiroshima kicking off in the blue, playing left to right, and it is at our home ground. Hopefully we can get some revenge on them. First minute, and we have an early free kick. Fan Yanan puts one over, the header missed. Hong Jing, and he gets a goal, the vice-captain, into the first team for one of the first times this season, and we go 1-0 up early on. Another good start from us, and that's exactly what we wanted. Hopefully that calms the nerves down. Good ball over from Fan Yanan. Look, the defenders made a howler there, and Hong Jing with a nice finish on the volley, to be fair. First time finish, and we go 1-0 up early. 4 minutes gone, we have a free kick. It is put in by Oceania, but Kato is able to this time hang on to it. Didn't have much chance with the first shot we had, to be fair to him, but we do get the ball back from his clearance, and we might look to get the cushion goal. Nice and early, and Hong Jing with the ball for Oceania, and he buries it, but he's offside. And it does remain 1-0. That's some really good play early on from us, though. Hong Jing looking quite dangerous down the right wing. So maybe we need to keep persevering with him down there. Maybe instead of Willock, who's been a bit average in that position so far this season. But things have started off well for us. 1-0 after 10 minutes. 20 minutes gone. It is Sanfrecce Hiroshima with a throw-in, and they hold up possession for the moment before they look to go forward, no doubt. And indeed, they start to Soga over to Yokotake, making his way infield. Makino up to, I take it that's his brother, and now Shimamura back to Makino, and that's a heck of a strike into the right-hand side of goal, and just like that, it is back at 1-1. Possibly should have shut him down a bit better there, Makino, but that's a heck of a strike, as I said, and just like that, it is back at 1-1. Some good build-up from the throw-in. They get the ball up to Mochino, and that is a heck of a strike, as we said. And just like that, 1-1 after 20 minutes. Free kick for us in the 21st minute as we try and get an instant reply, and we do. Edwin Anderson, that was a bit lucky, it has to be said. Orestania with a free kick, it hit the wall. He tried to put another shot through there, but somehow it ends up falling to Anderson, who kind of scoops it home into the left-hand side of goal, and it is back at 2-1 after 22 minutes. Free kick here for Hiroshima as they try and get things back to 2-2 quickly after we get it back to 2-1, but we get a header down to Anderson, and he makes his way forward, cutting inside, has a shot, and the save falls to Orestanio, and it is 3-1. That is exactly what we're after. We've got that cushion goal, and we've struck quickly after Sanfrecce Hiroshima got on the scoreboard. First through the free kick, where Orestanio hit a second shot, it fell to Anderson. This time Anderson with a shot, a good save from the Sanfrecce goalkeeper, but it deflects straight into the path of Orestanio, and it's 3-1 after 25 minutes. 32 minutes gone here, and we have a corner looking to make it 4-1. And Diakabe gets his head onto it, and just like that, 4-1 up just after the half-hour mark. And we've really kicked on since Sanfrecce got that equaliser. 3 goals inside 10 minutes for us, and we're looking fairly comfortable at the moment. Touch wood. Good header from Diakabe. It's low into the ground, just able to sneak past the goalkeeper, and it's 4-1 as we just get past the half-hour mark. 43 minutes gone, and we have a throw-in looking to make it a handful before half-time. Really happy with how we've played since Sanfrecce Hiroshima got that first goal of theirs to make it 1-1. We've really kicked on since then. Anderson with a shot straight at Kato and goal. Those are still looking to press on, but it does remain 4-1 for now, although Sanfrecce might try and get an attack going here, although we do get possession back from the goalkeeper's ball. Now Anderson inside the box, just cuts inside, tries to get a shot off, but Kato with another good save, and it remains 4-1, coming closer to halftime. And that is halftime. Sanfrecce getting a goal with their only shot on target, which is a little bit frustrating, but we were quite clinical with our chances off the back of the goal. They scored a pretty good half from us, truth be told. When you score 4 goals, you can't be too unhappy about how things are going. So I think we'll just tell the boys to keep going how they're going, and we should, touch wood, be making our way through to the knockouts in this Asian Champions League, as long as we don't have an absolute collapse in the second half as we go into it 4-1 up. Okay, 61 minutes gone here. It is still 4-1. Nothing happening in the second half so far. Feel like we can make some substitutions of players who are on yellow hearts and not quite performing up to usual standards. And the player who is like that at the moment, He Guojing, not having a terrible game, but we may as well give him a rest when we can. Jing can come on for him. So we'll make that change now with a half hour to go. It's still 4-1 up. And 69 minutes gone now. We're going to make another change. Wei He not having an overall great game, and also a good chance to give him a rest. We'll bring Zhang Wan on for him. So that's 2 subs now, but still looking pretty comfortable. 4-1 after 69 minutes. Nice. Okay, 74 minutes gone, and our first proper highlight of the second half. It's a corner to Sanfrecce. They put it at the far post, and somehow Takanaka's put that away, and it is 4-2. So they might be coming back into this, much like Jeju, as you can see in the bottom left corner. Well, you probably can't because I'm in the way, but they are behind in the Central Coast, 4-2. But this one headed down by Sakagoto, I believe that was, or Sakaguchi, and Takanaka is just there to tap it in, and it is all of a sudden 4-2 with quarter of an hour to go. Okay, 83 minutes gone here. A very quiet second half still. And we're going to take Anderson off. Yellow heart, 6.9 rating, not terrible. But as we've said, give some of these guys a good freshen up. Kao Al to come on for him. That's our last substitution. 4-2 up with 6 minutes to go. Hopefully we can see this out and make our way through to the knockouts in the Champions League here in Asia. And straight off the back of that substitution, we will have a corner get shown to us. Orestanio is going to put this in. Can someone get their head to it? You bet they can. Mukhtar Diakabe is able to get his second of the game, I believe that is. I think he got one earlier as well. So a double for the Chinese centre-back, and it is definitely now wrapped up. We will be going through to the knockouts in the Asian Champions League. Good header. Goalkeeper half comes out for it. Doesn't really get anywhere. And it's a good finish into the top right corner. 5-2 with 5 to go. We're going through. Coming very close to full time here, and thankfully we have done the job required of us to make absolutely sure we're going to go through with no goal difference or head-to-head required. and it is all over. A really good fight back from us after Sanfrecce Hiroshima equalised about the 20-minute mark through Makino. It was 1-1 at that stage, but a quick burst of 3 goals within 11 minutes, a goal to each side in the second half, but in the end, a pretty nice 5-2 win for us. Not a game in which we got a heck of a lot of shots off or on target, especially in comparison to the opposition, but both teams more or less doubling their XG, and in the end, a good win for us, which makes sure we're going to be making our way into the second knockout round here in Asia. So we'll see who else is going to go through, and hopefully who we're going to be playing in the next episode. So here is how all the groups finished after that last match day. Al Hilal, we knew we're going to get out of Group A. They were the only team from Saudi Arabia to get out of that group. In Group B, it was Al Nasir from Saudi Arabia, as well as Shabab Al Ali from the UAE getting through. Group C, just the one team getting through, Tishreen from Syria. Group D, Al Duhail from Qatar and Al Shabab from Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia getting quite a few teams through, and also Al Saad, a former winner of this competition from Qatar, and Al Ali from Saudi Arabia getting out of Group E. So that's the top half of the draw. Group F, well, luckily we did win that group because we were the only team to get out of it, even though the Central Coast did pick up 10 points. Group G, both Jeonbuk and the defending champion Yokohama Marinos from Japan get out of that one. Group H, Ulsan Hyundai, very good in that group from Korea. They make their way through to the knockouts. Group I, Shanghai Port make their way through unbeaten. Very good from the fellow Chinese team. Then we get down to Group J, and somehow they've ended up with 3 teams making it through out of that group. The 2 teams behind Shandong Luneng also on 10 points, so I guess that's because of goal differential. If we compare that to Central Coast, I believe that's the case. So yeah, the likes of Melbourne City can feel a bit hard done by here with 2 teams getting out of Group J along with the group winners, and they are Macarthur FC of Australia and Kawasaki Frontale of Japan. I think the fact that Pahang from Malaysia were in that group definitely helped those other 3 teams out, because it looks like they conceded a bucket load of goals. But those are the teams that are going through. We don't know who we're playing yet in the first round for us in the knockouts anyway, so I think we'll just go forward a little bit and see who we're probably going to be coming back to play in tomorrow's episode. And we are back about 1 click of continue on from where we left off, and the team that we are going to be playing in the first knockout round for us is Macarthur FC of Australia. That was the team that finished second in that bottom group, which had 3 teams go through from it. So a team who are a little bit worse off than the Central Coast in terms of their current place in the A-League. They are 9th. The Central Coast are up in 5th. So based on that, it's a team I think we should be beating, but we'll see what happens. A decent team anyway. We're going to have to respect them, but over 2 legs, I'd like to think we can get the better of them, especially now that we're starting to not lose games as much as we were earlier in the season. And that game is not too far away either. It is on the 17th of May. So we've got 2 Super League games between now and then against good teams too, 4th and 3rd in the Kangzhou Mighty Lions and Wuhan Zhou. Once we get past those games, though, I think by then it's definitely where we would have played all the teams around us. And I think the second half of this first half of the season, we should have a nice, easier run on paper anyway in the Super League. So hopefully that will give us a chance to rotate the squad a little bit more than we have been doing and still be able to pick up points and make ground up on the teams towards the top in the Super League. But we'll come back tomorrow and we'll take on Macarthur FC. We'll see what happens. Not sure if I'm going to do both episodes in one or spread it out. I think we'll see how I get on around work and whatnot. But if you did enjoy today's episode, a good 5-2 win over Sanfrecce Hiroshima that saw us go through to the second knockout round. We will be taking on Macarthur FC. And remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on today's video, and also if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. It is greatly appreciated. And until tomorrow, where we're going to be taking on Macarthur FC, not sure if it's going to be 1 or 2 games, but either way, we will be playing them. Thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.